Welcome to my YouTube channel Family Drama Files. Please like, share, subscribe for more emotional videos.
Week. The room went completely silent. My brother laughed so hard he almost dropped his drink. Then he looked at me and said, "You are joking, right? We got back yesterday. My aunt showed me every photo. Even funnier, you helped pay for the trip." At that moment, I realized my own family had planned the vacation without me, while secretly using my money. They thought I would stay quiet forever. They had no idea. I had one final move that would make them regret everything. My name's Oliver. I always believed family came before everything. Whenever someone needed help, I was the first person to send money. Birthdays, repairs, holidays. I never expected anything in return because I trusted them. A few months earlier, my parents announced they wanted everyone to take a family trip to Greece. They said everyone should contribute whatever they could afford. I transferred my share immediately because I was excited to spend time together after years of everyone being busy. As the departure date got closer, something felt strange. Every time I asked about flights or hotels, my brother Ethan would change the subject. My mother kept saying everything was under control. My father told me not to worry because they were handling the booking. A week before the trip, I caught a bad flu. My mother called and said I should focus on recovering because they might delay everything. I believed her. She even told me not to stress because they would update me once new dates were confirmed. I stayed home resting while sending messages asking how everyone was doing. Most of my texts were ignored. I thought they were simply busy. A few days later, I felt much better. That Sunday, my parents invited everyone over for dinner. I walked in, smiling, and said I was finally ready for our Greece trip next week. The silence was immediate. Then my brother burst into laughter. "You are kidding, right?" We got back yesterday. Aunt Sarah showed me all the photos again this morning. My heart stopped. I looked around the table. Nobody spoke. Nobody even looked surprised. My mother stared at her plate, while my father slowly drank his water. I asked one question. "You all went without telling me." My aunt quietly nodded. Then I asked something even worse. "Did you still use the money I paid?" My father admitted. They did because everything had already been booked. They assumed I would not want a refund since I was family. That sentence changed everything. I calmly stood up and left without arguing. They thought I was embarrassed. They thought I had accepted it. They were completely wrong. The next morning, I called the travel agency. Since I had personally paid my contribution through my own bank account, I requested every receipt connected to my payment. I also gathered every text message promising I was included in the vacation. Then I met with my parents. I explained that they refused to repay my money. I would take legal action for financial deception. For the first time, nobody laughed. Within 3 days, my full payment was returned. But I was still not finished. For years, I had quietly covered family expenses, birthday gifts, car repairs, emergency bills. Every transfer was recorded. I ended every unnecessary payment immediately. When my brother called asking for help with his overdue rent, I simply reminded him, "You already enjoyed my holiday money." When my parents wanted me to pay for Christmas dinner, I politely declined. Slowly, reality caught up with them. The free support they had depended on for years disappeared overnight. Months later, they apologized and admitted they had assumed. I would forgive them because I always had before. I accepted the apology. But I never trusted them with money again. Sometimes the strongest revenge is not shouting. It is simply refusing to let people use your kindness ever again. That family dinner changed my life forever. I learned that loyalty without respect becomes exploitation. They thought leaving me behind would save them money. Instead, it cost them the one person who had always supported them. Some betrayals deserve forgiveness, but they never deserve another opportunity.